Here in France, there's been outrage after it emerged the main suspect in the case of an 11-year-old girl missing since last week had been repeatedly accused of sexually abusing children, but no action had been taken. This Friday, the Prime Minister's office has called an emergency meeting over the case. Our reporter, James André, is standing by the PM's residence Matignon. Hello to you, James. Search teams in southwestern France found the body of what's believed to be Liana on Thursday. Take us through the case for our international viewers.
Yes, well, indeed, 11-year-old Liana stepped into a car as he was coming out of school. This was on Friday and then disappeared. Then the police was mobilized very rapidly to try and find her, as well as a large group of civilians that joins the police forces in order to find the young girl who basically disappeared until a body was found on Thursday. Now, it has yet to be formally recognized. But what has emerged and what has sparked outrage is that indeed the 41-year-old man whose car Liana boarded, who is the father of one of her best friends at school, was indeed repeatedly flagged. In fact, he was actually flagged twice and also investigated twice when it comes to allegations of sexual misconduct with minors. One of those cases was actually ongoing at the time that indeed this abduction took place. The investigation started, was flagged back in August 2025. Formal investigation started in January 2026, but he was still free. And with all these cases, he has never been heard by the police until this current case. And this, of course, is causing, the French public, and also this is turning very political, but to ask themselves, is the police force actually doing what is required in order to protect children here in France?
Yeah, and James, there's been some criticisms that this story is being politicized in France. How is that?
Well, indeed, as you can see, we are at the Prime Minister's office, and indeed the Justice Minister and the Interior Minister are, in this meeting right now in order to look into what can be done in order to make the police force and the judiciary more efficient when it comes to these cases. What the judges are saying is that they do not have the means to investigate all these cases, that there needs to be some sort of fast track or a specialized office in order to address these concerns. So this is what's being discussed behind me right now, but this case comes in the wake of a series of scandals when it comes to pedophilia here in France, and those include personnel here in Paris of the organizations that take care of small children, kindergartens and primary schools, where many questions are being raised right now as to how to handle these cases, what needs to be done when it comes to flagging and indeed actioning, operating when these cases arise. And this is very much what's being discussed yesterday with indeed the spokesperson for the Justice Ministry saying this morning on national radio that there needs to be a #MeToo moment when it comes to sexual misconduct in France towards children.
All right, James, thank you very much. James André reporting outside the Prime Minister's offices at Matignon. Thank you.